All right, this is called Nagios in Wind Telecom World. And at this time, put your hands together for Luis Contreras.
Hi, how are you? Good. The last one, yeah? I promise you I'm not going to suffer so much with my English, okay? I promise that. So I had a little disclaimer. All brand mentioned in this presentation are from your owners, not mine. So nobody can demand me, okay? So, hola amigos. Hola. I'm from the Dominican Republic. It's a little island in the middle of the Caribbean. It's very, very, very funny people there. Anyone can speak English, Italian, French, German, any language. So, it will be a pleasure to have you one day in our country. So, I'm the Nagios community leader. I promote Nagios in my country. I wrote some tutorial, and I'm part of the guy that made possible the Nagios SIB in Spanish. So, and then I'm also a MongoDB community leader. I like databases. I like to play with them. I have some experience with open source databases like MongoDB, Postgres, MySQL, Oracle. Now, Oracle is now open source, but I have experience. Actually, I work as an administrator, SAP administrator. I have more than 6 years in the retail market. So, as my function, I'm SAP basis and we administrator, but also I have to administer SUSE Linux, where we have the SAP HANA database there. So, Wind Telecom is the third big company in our country. They offer a lot of services. They have competitors like Contreras, Orange, and Tricom. They had about 300 direct employees, about 200 indirect employees. It's not so big, this company. So, before continuing, I would like to show you 2 videos. One, a funny commercial from them, and the second one is a video about my country that I would like to show you. I know that some of you have gone to my country, or not. I really know that you are going to appreciate it. So, before beginning, they use the name of the part of the name of the company as a name person. Wind Telecom. So it's very funny. They promote to make installation very fast. That's the point. That's the company promote. So look at this guy. I will try to put some audio.
Güey, tú eres el monstruo.
No. Tú eres el monstruo.
Tú eres el monstruo, güey. Déjate de eso.
Sí, es verdad, yo soy un monstruo, ¿verdad? Toma. Prende.
Nuestro compromiso es brindarte el servicio de instalación más rápido del mercado. Wind Telecom. Siente tu libertad.
So they was very happy because they break the time in installation in less than 48 hours. For that, we're celebrating. You're a monster. No, you're a monster. Yes, I'm a monster. So for that reason, you guys so happy. Okay, that's very, very, very funny. And the second one doesn't have speaking out, but you are going to enjoy the image. Okay. Do you like it? Yeah, very interesting, right? So let's go continue. Wind Telecom offers services like telephony, internet, wireless television. That's they offer. They have other services. So they have a good problem, a great problem, sorry. They didn't have any monitoring solution in their company. They were trying to find out which one was the perfect for them. So let's go to know a little about their infrastructure. They have about 12 physical Linux servers, about 10 physical Windows servers, and about 15 virtualized servers, Linux and Windows. It's not so big in servers. They are not so big. So they try to choose one of them. That was part of the list that I have from them the first time. They didn't know anything about it. So they were trying to figure out documentation about the first one, the second, others. You know, it was a little problem, including Nagios Core. I put it in that way because they didn't find the right guy in order to guide them, in order to tell them, look, this is the best monitoring tool for you. You can do that with this. This monitoring tool offers to you this and this and this. So why not choosing those tools, not Nagios? Official or non-local support. In Dominican Republic, it's very critical to offer a product, a foreign product, because they take, it's very important for them to have local support. Okay, you can implement the tool. I can buy the license, but who is going to help me when I have a problem? When I can find a good documentation? Okay, like Rodrigo was telling us, language barrier. Many system administrator doesn't know to speak in English. Very low, technical only. No, it's very, very difficult. Time for learning and implementing. When you have a project and your project is over time, it's so hard for them to study the tool, implementing, making tests. It's very, very, very hard. So they were trying this license tool too, like the map, PRTG, SolarWinds. I put this in red because in my case, in my country, there are a lot of SolarWinds implementation because it's the easy way for them, but maybe it's not the right solution. So I have to fight a lot with these guys because they're all over the country. IBM, Tivoli, a solution, very expensive. So Nagios side, salvation. When I present the Nagios side to that company, that was the expression of the guy. That's my salvation. Because they were testing it during a few months, and they could do everything they want. So for that reason, was a salvation. In simple words, what they told me, flexibility for being started. Was very easy for them to take the tutorial, install, to check the Nagios interface. Easy to manage. Flexible license method. They began with one license, so they was very happy to know that they can scale the license. Excellent company reference. I don't know how they got there. They told me, hey, I got good reference. I don't know. Good documentation, local and remote support, and the price. They were very happy for the price. Yeah. So what did they do? They are going to do all Linux and Windows Server, NPA using NPE, NS client agents, MySQL, and Oracle database, services, process, special ports, and some special desktop. They began to monitor only servers at this time. They are thinking to make a second phase to monitor all the communication devices. Okay. There will be a third part of this project. It will be to monitor radios communication when they offer your service, you know, they offer the internet connection, etc. They are planning to make this with Nagios side. So this guy, Timoteo Garcia, studio coordinator, say, Nagios site has reduced the time of having our service monitored with a real tool in a flexible way and time. That was his expression for us. Thanks. Pretty short, right?
Do we have any questions? Yes.
In Spanish, please. In Spanish.
I know.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Yeah, okay. My question is, I'm also maybe in some kind of the same spot about solar winds, like fighting a lot, because some people think that it's really easy to manage and to add devices and everything. Do you find like there was some moment, some spot that you say, okay, for the people to convince them, saying this is why it's better, now you say XI against this or other tools, when you in your experience with this telecom?
Look, when you have, I will put this. When you have, or when you domain a product, you have to convince your customer about it. But you have to demonstrate them that you have the knowledge, that you can manage the tool, that you can do, or you can help them to solve your problems. That's the good part of all. But if you offer a tool and the client and the customer has a particular problem, you begin to say, well, I have to speak to Spain guys in order to ask them. I have to send an email to someone to help me in order to answer you about your problem. Sometimes the customer say, well, I don't know if I can believe in this guy, or I'm not sure if I have to pay a license for that product, and after I pay that license, I will be 100% sure that I will get the right help. So that's part of you have to use to convince your customer, to demonstrate it.
And do you have some idea why it's so extended, why it's so popular around those places like Latin America, these kinds of tools against open source that are not that popular right now? Well, it is beginning to be more popular, but do you have some idea why that happens in those countries?
Well, look, more than popular, I would say that it's the commercial part, you know. Many people make this. Hey, do you know any good monitoring system? Ah, yeah, use that. Use this. So if you want to solve a problem very fast, well, someone told me that I can use this. I will install it, configure it, and then. But if you don't take the time to study the monitor, maybe you can get an error, you know, for that reason.
Thank you.
I have a comment because I believe I live in the same country as that guy. The problem for your question, usually our companies or enterprise don't believe at the beginning in the open source systems. They prefer closed. They prefer big companies. When you start to explain about Nagios, it's something difficult to them to understand why open source is better. If you have a lot of people that work with open sources, you win. That's really different because I coming from different telcos, and the same thing is happen. They want a specific tools because another company don't like open source. But when they start to use open source, they didn't chance to close anymore.
That's true.
Do you monitor, or do you have plans to monitor any telecom-specific things like voice quality, for example, or gateways, session border controllers, and that kind of stuff? Just PSD or telecom-specific things. Do you
Could you
intend to
repeat
do
it slowly, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No worry.
So I'm wondering if you monitor right now, or plan to monitor telecom-specific components like gateways, session border controllers, call servers, things like that. And so not just basic, Windows and Linux servers, but telecom-specific equipment.
That's the plan they have to. They're not actually doing it, but they want to do with this monitoring because actually there's a problem. Infrastructure guy only have servers monitoring, but they have another solution for the network part and the communication part for customer devices, for the radios, So they want to integrate in Nagios all the part. For that part, for that reason, I said that was the third part of the project. They want to concentrate everything on Nagios.
We are a competitor of that guy. But we're using Nagios for everything. For data, for servers, and also for telecom platforms. All of that, including ASR and router and switches and another equipment that they used to check the noise in the and cable TV services. We are using everything. We really doing everything in that because our company is a little big than Wind Telecom. I say older than Telecom, and I convinced it the same way that the guy using the Wind Telecom, but was really difficult at the beginning. But we're using for everything, including NACBIS to view in the graphical way all the alarms.
In Spanish, please.
I was going to talk to that guy, so sorry. Yeah, and also to answer to your question, maybe I work also for a telco, and I've done some monitoring in some variables that are specific to the actual company, not only servers and disks and interfaces, but also, for example, it is for a cable company, so we monitor variables from the external plants like noises that help be proactive before things start to happen or before some clients start to feel some slowness in their own network. And also we're starting with telephony, so I'm monitoring also a pocket soft switch internal variables to know how the system are going. So I'm doing now maybe in that step that I'm using a lot of Nagios because of its flexibility to monitor a lot of internal variables that before they used to be get like manually and analyzed by technicians all the time, and maybe they were doing monitoring system works before.
Anybody else? Luis Contreras, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.